My name is Amr. I live in Sacramento, California, and I'm doing my MBA at Boston University. The problem is that you've probably seen kids who are screaming from the top of their lungs, and their parents cannot do anything about it. So they seek psychologists to help them to help their kids reduce their behavioral issues. The reason it's a problem because there's a huge pressure on parents to help their kids, in schools and reduce those behavioral issues. But also there's a pressure on the health system where you don't have enough psychologists out there to help them. So there must be a better way. So Vipo.AI has been trained by child psychologists so that it does exactly what a therapy would do, but at a fraction of a cost. So it's been trained. We use the data from some of the live sessions we've had with parents, and we used it to have a model that can do it just the same. So there are 47 million people in the US who have some sort of issues with their children. About 7 million who will reach out to therapists to seek therapist help. So we're kind of focusing on that population. You've probably seen a lot of kids and parents, and they don't know how to figure out how to work with their kids. We've never been trained to be parents, right? And the fact is, it's tough. So you need that easy to access application to help you throughout the way. Yeah, the way you use it is you download it from iOS Marketplace, and it's very simple. You've got only two options. You could have a recorded session, so you have a playtime session with your child. And then after that, you get a detailed report of how you did in terms of positive parenting. The other option would be you have a live session with an AI child and AI psychologist. And this is kind of like a safe space so that you can practice as much as you want. And it's more like a game, You get different levels of how the child could be, very problematic and how you should deal with them. So an example I like to give is you have your child in a restaurant, they start screaming. And at that moment, you have to respond. What are you going to do? And the AI coaching you how to respond. So we are right now in partnership with UC Davis. So we are working with some of the top psychologists, the head of research from UC Davis. So what they've done is that they've trained the model, as I mentioned. But right now, we're doing a clinical trial just to make sure that it works and there's no harm on children. So right now, it's the clinical trial. Absolutely. So in terms of the financial reward, definitely something we want to use for the clinical trial because we're going to try to have at least 50 participants. And, we have the researchers who are going to look into the impact. So that's something important we have to do. The other thing is the reliability testing, just to make sure there's an accuracy that it does as much as what a therapist would do. So that's what the focus will be on.